Are you or a loved one having immigration issues? Call S.J. McLean Law and schedule your consultation. Their number is 289-501-5942. Again, that number is 289-501-5942. They will effectively handle all of your immigration needs. Give them a call today at 289-501-5942, operating in the United States and Canada. If your child is in need of tutoring, test preparation, assistance with school assignments and projects, Blooming Minds is here for you. Call them today at 561-412-5104 and schedule your session. Again, that number is 561-412-5104. You are guaranteed to see improvement in your child's education. You can also visit bloomingminds.net. Are you tired of those back and shoulder aches? Then visit Cutting Edge Physical Therapy and Wellness today. Their goal is to transform you not only physically but emotionally and to empower you so that you can return to your normal activities that are most important to you. Give them a call at 561-619-8954. Again, that number is 561-619-8954.
Have you heard of Heaven's Jerk?
Yes, man. Did you know that Heaven have one jerk out and catch up right side of the wall just for me? I tell you what they have.
Jerk mac and cheese, jerk chicken, jerk burgers, and let's not forget jerk lamb chops. 561-541-0457. 561-541-0457. Place your delivery order now.
Yes, man. All the angel at jerk them wings. Heaven's Jerk.
You all hear it, you all hear it, you all hear it. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Radio Land. Good morning. Good morning, Facebook family. Good morning, YouTube family. Good morning, all over the world. It is that time of the morning to power up your week with God in the Raw Ministries. Don't change the dial. Don't log out. You know what the song is saying? It's that time to ride out your storm. Do you have a storm brewing? Ride it out.
Just hold on to Jesus, and just ride out your storm. Ride out your storm. God is still with you. God is still with you. You may not feel it, but you're not.
What can I tell you? What can I tell you out there this morning? That your morning is coming. Can I tell you that it don't always rain? Joy do comes in the morning. And can I also let you know that trouble don't last always?
With your God is still with you. You may not feel it, but you're not to know.
You may be hurting now.
But your morning is coming.
Oh, yes, your morning is coming. Listen up, people.
Just hold on to Jesus and write out your story.
I'm only human. Yes, I'm just a woman. Help me believe what I should be and know that I am. Show me the stairway that I have to climb.
All right, now this is one of my favorite.
Teach me to take one day at a time.
For those of you that are just joining us, you are live with God in the Raw Ministries, and it is that time of the morning to power up your week. I am your host, Prophetess Dr. Shamin Gilpear, co-host Dr. Cass. All right, and don't forget that we have a special guest in house as we continue on our topic on today. He's a father, he's an author, he's a son, he's a brother, and most imperatively, he is a confidant. His name is Bishop Erskine. All right.
Sweet Jesus, tomorrow may never be mine. Lord, help me today. Show me the way, one day at a time.
See, that's all you have to do. Just take it one day at a time. One day at a time. So let's get into a word of prayer real quick. Father, in Yeshua's name, we come before you. We give you all the glory, the honor, and the praise. We exalt you and we worship your sovereignty. We declare it this morning that there is no God like you in the heaven above or in the earth beneath. We just pray in this morning, Lord, that your mercies will continue to precede us and overtake us. And I pray that you will keep us from the evil one. I pray in this morning for those that are not well in their bodies, for those that are struggling with mental health. I pray that your healing power will find your people where they are this morning. And I pray that deliverance will come to them. Those that have lack in their lives, I pray in this morning, Lord, that you will be their Jehovah Jireh. I pray that whatever the needs of your people are, that they will be met this morning for everyone that believes, for everyone that looks to the hills, for the hills from whence cometh their help. I pray, oh God, that like the eyes of servants look to the hand of their masters, so will you deliver into the hand of your people on today. Withhold not your hand, Lord, for your people ask, your people are crying. Call for those prayers and set forth deliverance and a release. For your servant ask it even now. In Yeshua's name, we all say amen. Come on, people, catch that, believe that, receive that, and manifest in that. All right? Because God is able to do for you exceedingly, abundantly, above all that you're able to ask or think. Just imagine the abundance of blessing that is heading your direction simply because you believe. And for those of us that are in the West Palm Beach area, come on now. We should be so happy that, listen, we are not plummeted by that storm, Ian, huh? Listen, and what we want to do under today is to pray for those victims, oh my God, that have been plundered by the storm. Let us pray for our neighbors. Let us pray for our friends. Ultimately, let us pray for the people who have been impacted. Don't forget to pray for them. All right? And find whatever non-profit organization that you can attach yourself with and say, what can I do? I want to be able to be a part of a movement to bring healing and deliverance to someone who is broken in heart.
You is where I wanna be, to hide myself inside your heart, to find my destiny.
And come on out there now and just let the people know that it's that time of the morning to power up your week. Get on Facebook, YouTube. Come on, we want to see you.
Close to thee. There was a time when my heart was down and I could not rise from the ground. There was a time when the devil tried, but the Savior stood by my side. And ever since the day, yes, every day I pray that I'll always stay close to thee, just to be close to thee.
Anybody desire to be close to the Lord?
Hide myself inside your heart to find my destiny. Every step I take
If never a time we want to be close to Him, the time is now.
to be in your presence, close to thee. Lord, now
All right, you know how we like to do it. I'm going to take you into a quick psalm, and the psalm come to us today from Psalms 34. Psalms 34, and I'm only just reading a couple of verses for you, and it says, I will exalt the Lord at all times. His praise will always be on my lips. I will glory in the Lord. Let the afflicted hear and rejoice. Glorify the Lord with me. Let us exalt his name together. Verse 4, I sought the Lord and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. I hope that you're not worried and fearful about anything, because if you are, guess what? You can pray, and who will deliver? The Lord will deliver you. Not from some of your fears now, but from all of your fears. Hide yourself in him, huh?
close to thee.
Come on, you know what you need to do? You need to like, to love, to share, and you need to let somebody know that we are live and well, and get your friends to get in this house already.
Just to be close to you is where I wanna be.
I want to hide myself.
Myself inside the hole to find my destiny. Every step I take, every step I need, I need to be close to you.
All right. That is good, but all good things must come to an end. Listen. We want to wrap up our session that we have been talking about fostering healthy relationships. For those of you that are just coming in the house, good morning. You are live with God in the Raw Ministries, and it is that time of the morning to power up your week. Don't change your dial. Don't lag out. I am your host, Prophetess Dr. Charmaine Gail Peart. Co-host with me in studio on this morning, Dr. Cass, our guest host this morning. Bishop Erskine. He's an author, he's a son, he's a friend, he's a confidant. Listen, whatever.
God in the Raw Ministries, live on Super Jams Radio, 103.7 FM.
All righty. Welcome, family. I see you, Leroy. Welcome. And it's that time to power up your week. All right. So we want to get into the heart of the matter, people. We want to get into the heart of the matter. Don't forget, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. All right. And for those of you, if you're on Facebook, if you're not on Facebook yet, get up and get on Facebook already. All right. Let your neighbors and your friends know that we are here and we are ready to what? Power up your week. So as you know, the topic is what? Fostering healthy relationships. I don't know about anybody else, but I want my relationships to be healthy, to be a healthy one. I don't want who wants stress? I don't care for the stress. I don't want to deal with the stress. Yesterday we were privileged to hear a doctor just talked about what stress can do. And the different things that it can cause in your life. So let me tell you something. Stress is a big disease, y'all. All right? And it breeds. It just have a way of metastasizing. Come on now. And create different diseases in your system. So can I tell you? Relax yourself, because not an ounce of stress can make things better for you. All right. So if you have those kind of people in your life that is stressing you out, then maybe it is time to hit the delete button. All right. Because we want to what? Foster healthy relationships. All right. Don't forget, nobody's worth you losing your mind. All right. And so I want to kind of pick up from where we left off the last time. And the last time we were talking about appreciation. Are you appreciative? Is the person you call friend is appreciative of you? Is that individual appreciative of you? So let's stop. Because a lot of times we do realize that people don't appreciate us. But some of us are so afraid to be alone that we're willing to suck up the abuse. Yeah. Listen, it is time to what? Foster healthy relationships. All right? If you are in a relationship, and I don't care what kind of relationship it is, and you feel as though you are being abused, it is time to get out of Abu Dhabi. All right? Get out of it. It is not worth it. All right? Don't forget the commandment. Love thy neighbor as thyself. All right. So listen, we continue to say, are you paying attention to the things your friends or your partner is doing for you? Here's one of the things. I have a problem with that, because more often than not, the person that you hold so dear, and you call them your lover, you call them your spouse, I don't care what title, honey, sugar, you name it, whatever title you place on them. But often than not, they're doing some simple things. And what they are noticing is that you haven't seen that. The simple things. If you're only paying attention to the big things, something is wrong. And somebody in that relationship is not feeling 100% happy or secure. All right? Because no one likes ungratefulness. Not even God. Not even God. So, if your partner comes home and it's a candy that was given to you, be appreciative and say thank you. You are thinking of me. Sometimes it is the thought that counts.
All the time is the thought.
You know?
That counts.
And so if you're just always looking for the big things, the big bang, something is wrong with that's messed up. You know? Because you might just give me something because it's my birthday. You know? But what about those little pacifiers, you know? Yeah, you know. The in-betweens. You know? And so I want to say to you, if you're a friend, if you're a spouse, pay attention. Pay attention. And don't forget to be grateful. Don't forget, thank you. don't forget to say thank you. How often do you really say thank you? I can't tell you how many times I've heard those complaints. I've done this, I've done that, and not even as much as a thank you. For those of you that are just joining us, you are live with God in the Raw Ministries. And it's that time of the morning to what? Power up your week. Don't change your dial and don't lag out. All right now. So, are you one of those person who believe that your spouse / your friends have to do because it's their duty?
That sounds like a sense of entitlement.
Okay. All right. So a lot of times we tend to think that people have to do. Your husband don't have to do. Your wife don't have to do. It is a choice. And your friends don't have to do. It is a choice. It is a choice. And I think that the moment that we recognize that, the moment that we believe that, we then begin to change our way of thinking. Because too many times people feel as though, if you don't do for me, then you don't like me, you don't love me, But they're not paying attention to the simple things, man.
We should relish in the art of simplicity.
Yes.
It's important.
How poetic.
Okay. Go ahead.
One of the things that I realize also is expectations can really
Create damage.
create
Absolutely.
I think because if there's expectations, as you're saying, Dr. Beard, in that, this is your duty irrelevant of. And I think what happens is that we lose the beauty and the joy of these moments of appreciation.
True.
Because when we recognize that it's a choice and that this person chooses to grant unto us these gifts, these simple things, then, as you say, it is the thought that counts. But when persons have unhealthy expectations, then what it does, it creates an obligation. And I don't know about anybody else, but feeling that someone chooses to give me something, chooses to appreciate
Makes
me,
you feel
is really a greater thing as opposed to obligatory gifts.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And that is where, for me, unhealthy expectations are really damaging in a relationship.
I like that. An unhealthy what now?
Unhealthy expectations are damaging
yes.
in a relationship. I'm going to write that down, brother.
Yes.
Bold it!
All right now. Listen. If you want to call us here in studio this morning, the number to call is 561-819-6255. Again, that is 561-819-6255. Radio Land, we want to hear from you. Do you have a friend? Do you have a spouse that just believe that you have to do? You have to do. I want to stand behind you this morning and let you know there is no such thing as you have to do. Not even God demand of us anything. Do you realize that what God wants from us is our willingness of heart?
Yes.
He wants our willingness in participating in whatever it is that we know that He requires of us. He requires it, but don't demand it. You understand me? And it's okay to require certain attributes or kindness from your friends or from your spouse, but your
gratefulness should precede
yes,
those
man.
actions.
Yes.
If your gratefulness precede those actions, it won't feel obligated.
Okay. So give us a call. We want to hear from you. 561-819-6255. Again, that number is 561-819-6255. Okay, Angel, you hear how many times I'm repeating the numbers? 561-819-6255, shall we say. You need to repeat the number more often. And for those of you that are out of country, the number to call is 561-819 what? 6255.
No,
Fi-
that's your.
Oh my
that's
gosh.
your studio number.
I'm sorry. I'm
The
sorry. I'm sorry.
The out of country number is 561-818-9362. Again, that number is 561-818-9362.
So there is no excuse for you not to call in because we want to talk with you. We want to hear from you on healthy expectations. Man, I love that. Okay, so here's the next thing. Don't fall into the pattern of taking things for granted.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because most times if you talk to spouses, I guarantee you that you are going to find maybe 90 or more percent of them that feel as though their spouse take them for granted.
Wow.
I believe that
Yeah.
that statistic is very high. I really do believe that because here's the thing. We live in this fast-paced world that we are not paying attention to the things that truly matters. And when COVID-19 happens, a lot of people were forced to slow down and pay attention. And then some people were realizing that, I really don't even like the way you chew your food.
Oh my God.
It's a fact. And some people,
Or I really don't like the way you drink your soup.
I hear you slurping. Will you please stop the slurping? Don't you know they were slurping all along, honey? You just was not
the way
paying
you
attention.
squeeze your toothpaste.
Even
hate
that.
Oh, you do?
Yes. And so now, I'm so glad now because they're making the toothpaste now in this plastic tube, so it don't look twisted and all. Yeah. I hate that.
You didn't like the aluminum one that you can just roll up from the bottom?
No. So at any rate, out there, if you're listening to me, please, for heaven's sake, pay attention to your partner and be what? Be grateful for the little things. There's something that the doctor said yesterday that stood out to me. And what she said was, don't put your child or your
marriage.
children above your marriage. Hello. Do you know that in a lot of relationships, our marriages, when a child come into play, that's it,
Yeah.
The husband is on the back burner or the wife is on the back burner. The child takes center stage. All right. And I believe that cohesively, the both of you should nurture and be grateful for that beautiful gift that comes from your body. All right. But it should even bring you closer together.
Yeah,
It shouldn't separate you, All right, let's continue. Pay attention to the small things. Well, I think we have already covered that one, as well as the things you deem significant. Because I hear more time than not about, he forget my birthday, he forget it was my anniversary, or she forgets my birthday, she forget that it was our anniversary, and nothing was done, But you wasn't paying attention that you were getting flowers all throughout the year. You never paid attention that you were getting some little gifts here and there. You see what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Things that you have taken for granted. So we got to wake up, people, and foster healthy relationships. Again, for those of you that are just joining us, you are live with God in the Raw Ministries. It is that time of the morning to power up your week and wake up everybody. Let your neighbor know that we are live and we are ready to power up your week. I am your host, Prophetess Dr. Shamin Gail Pierre, co-host with me, Dr. Cass, and our guest host today is the author,
the poet,
the
confidant.
Okay, Bishop Erskine. All right. I know.
I think that
right?
one sticks, Erskine.
Yes.
Brother confidant.
Okay. So when you intentionally practice gratitude, hear me, people. I want you to hear me. When you intentionally practice gratitude, it helps to shape your positive attitude.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of these things you're going to be seeing. You're going to be seeing them in my book of many quotes to come.
Oh, wow.
All right. So, on a serious note, when you intentionally practice gratitude, it will help to shape your positive attitude.
Yes.
Let your focus be that of good things, and it will definitely help you to be fixated, not to be fixated on negative and the negatives around you. Because I'm telling you, from time to time I hear people talk and I pay attention, you know. It could be in a game. You can't afford to let negativity be a part of you. You know? So I don't care if it's dominoes you're playing, if it is Ludo you're playing, whatever kind of game that you're playing, please speak positively. If you're going to crack jokes, crack them positively. I just believe in positive thinking. Just think positively. For those of you that are listening to me this morning, just begin to think on some positive things and begin to declare them over your life. Declare them over your relationships. Declare that my relationship is going to be a healthy one. My marriage is going to be a healthy one. I am going to be more appreciative. I
think that type of focus and that type of thinking is a great sense of mindfulness. So like for instance, instead of complaining about the fact that we don't really get a break on the weekends,
okay,
you can think about the concept of I get to do this. I get to offer my gift to the people. I have the opportunity to bless someone's life, to power up someone's week. So whatever it is that you have to do, if you find it as a task or you find that it's taxing, if you think about it from the concept of you get the opportunity to, or you're blessed with the opportunity to do such and such, then it'll help you feel a lot better about the things that you're doing, and also help you to recognize there are a lot of people that don't wake up, or there are a lot of people that don't get the opportunity to accomplish a lot of the things that we're doing on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, so like I think that Cass is genuinely talking about herself, you know. Listen, our lives are busy, and can we be honest that there are a lot of Sundays when we don't feel like rolling out of the bed. There are a lot of Sundays when we just want that me time, you know. But
then when we get here, it's like it was worth it.
It was worth it, man. It was worth it. It was worth it. It was worth it. So I really hope and trust that you are enjoying these special moments, huh? Come on
that
now.
We get to share with you. Now get in here already.
Yes, be intentional about it. Okay. Seek to understand the individuality of each other. What you have to say about that, Erskine?
Well, for me, that's so
primary.
Much in the embryonic stages of the relationship. That's like fun, because if you don't understand the person and you make a committed decision, you're in trouble. And so, but the truth of the matter is that we learn persons as we grow, because we also evolve, and so that is fundamental to a successful relationship, that you learn the individuality, or another word I would like to use is differences, because a lot of times we're in relationships and we see differences as problematic.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily
the truth. And what we try to do is to change the individuals rather than appreciating
their differences.
because you find that it's a harder task to try and change, and it normally negatively impacts your relationship.
True.
But if you appreciate the differences and see how best you can now fuse each other's individual preferences into making that collective whole, it for me works towards a more harmonious relationship, as opposed to this is how you are, you don't like bread, and I'm going to be looking about bread every morning, and if you don't like it, well, I'm sorry for you.
It's
okay.
If you don't like it, bite it.
Yeah.
So I believe that individuality is paramount to any successful relationship. It is paramount, because most times people are going into relationships and don't want that person to be themselves.
And looking for
Let me
emotional dependency as well as
Yeah.
other dependencies.
When you
Which
take
creates such a strain. I'm sorry.
go ahead, Cass.
No,
go
I was
ahead.
just saying it creates such a strain when you don't have that sense of individualism. You go into a relationship and then you kind of depend on the person in the relationship to make you feel whole
Are happy.
or happy, and that's toxic.
And be careful of the persons who don't allow you your individuality.
Exactly.
Because a lot of it is narcissistic.
I
Very
was
much
I
so.
was just about to
Very
say
much
You
that.
have to be careful of these persons who cloud you, you don't have a voice, you can't have an opinion, you can't express yourself.
And they're always right.
Ah,
It is always what they say goes, you know. So pay attention, people, and listen up. Every person was uniquely created, uniquely designed, and there is nobody else out there like you. There's no one else out there that share your fingerprint or your footprint. You are your own unique human being, created specially by God himself, and he wants you to be yourself. Now, the things that we want people to change about themselves is these environmental traits that we pick up along the way, these bad, dirty, nasty, stinking habits.
Yeah.
yes.
You understand me? Rude and indisciplined. Those kind of things we've got to filter.
Yeah.
And if God help us, if we can get someone to help us to see our flaws,
You're right.
then God be praised.
Yes.
God be magnified. And I do believe that if you have a good friend, a real friend, if you have a real spouse that cares about you, when they point out these negatives in a loving way, because a lot of times the reason why people don't accept what we are saying
that's
is
the
the way we convey the message.
Delivery.
So I want for you to understand what I am saying. If someone is in a fault, the Bible said you that is strong should entreat that person in love. It is love that carries. You know, a lot of times when I go out to eat, sometimes it's not because the food is not good, it's the presentation.
Come on with it.
Yeah? When the presentation is right, most people take out their phone and they want to video that. Man, I want my friends to see that. Really and truly, your friend wants to know exactly how does it taste? How does it really taste? So people are not really blogging much about, man, this was finger licking good.
It was more about the experience.
It was more about the experience. So if you entreat that individual in love, you will get a loving response.
Delivery is everything.
Hello out there. So if you are saying, you know that you're right, because I'm tired of telling my husband that he must stop hissing his teeth or whatever, or picking his nose.
Oh my God. Those things are kind of
You
essential
have
some
to,
people.
you have to, listen, you have to be intentional about being nice.
Yeah.
Just be a nice person.
But guess what?
It takes less effort to be nice.
When you
If you are nice.
Yeah,
Well, you're right. You're right.
I think a great mode of thoughtfulness for the person who is resentful of the fact that their person picks their nose is walk with a Kleenex
Okay.
or sanitize.
Right.
Sanitize. It's like you have to precede your person or the people that you care about. Think about what they might need.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Sometimes they don't think about that.
Well, these are the little things that we're
that's
talking
why,
about.
So that's why I'm pointing that out to say that would be a gesture, a good gesture for
Okay.
someone who struggles with the picking
Okay.
partner, picking nose partner.
Okay, for those of you that want to call us, listen, people, call us. 561-819-6255.
Like for
that
instance.
number is 561-819-6255. We want to hear from somebody on today. For those of you that are just joining us, you are live with God in the Raw Ministries. I am your host, Dr. Shemaine, Dr. Cass, co-host, and guest in the studio on this morning is Bishop Erskine. So listen, man. Call in, but let us talk.
I have something to say, mommy.
You think the people remember the number?
Of
You're
course.
just burning up the
561
8196255.
Sing the number.
I know.
But
I
anyway,
know.
get into this.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever noticed that every time you have a power surge, I just have something so special for you to cool you down?
Yes, Cass.
You realize that?
Yes, Cass.
Oh.
But do you realize I do the same?
After I'm enough power surge, girl.
I know, Cass. I'm just joking with you. Anyways, so back to.
I thought you were gonna highlight the fact that was a great gesture.
Of course, it was. Yes,
It's
Cass.
a simple thing, but it's a major simple thing.
Yes, Cass. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It is. It is.
So talk about the kids then.
I just want to say to those of you out there, be nice and be nice like my daughter Cass, Dr. Cass. All right, she's very nice to me, and I love your Cass. You
love
know
you too,
that.
Mommy.
All right. So, what else we want to extrapolate from this now?
Seek to understand the individual. We just covered
Yeah,
that.
this and so when you seek to understand individuality of the other person,
You can embrace
this will
differences.
enhance and this will ensure and enhance a healthy relationship. All right, relationship is one of the greatest assets in one's life. If there is no secret that can. What am I saying? It is no secret that we have good friends
And fake people.
and fake people.
Girl, it's your own writing. You can't read your own writing.
But girls, sometimes listen. Sometimes you can't even see. Sometimes I can't even see.
All right, that's
So-
another thing. You need your glasses?
No.
Okay.
No. So people, I'm supposed to be wearing glasses, but I hate glasses. And I don't want to try contacts.
You better
So-
pray then.
I know. That's what is happening. This is my prayer reading.
Okay.
Okay, so on a serious note, when you seek to understand individuality, then this will ensure and enhance a healthy relationships. And again, it is no secret that we have fake people out there. All right, they exist. You ever hear about aliens?
Oh, Jesus.
And whatever. Fake people exist. So they act like they love you. They act like they are your friends, but they are backstabbers. They are cheaters. They are liars. Hello? They are pretenders. And you have to be on the lookout, because I'm telling you, we have more of them than we have friends. There are more fake people than genuine people. Hello? All right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Pay attention. You wake up and pay attention if you want to foster healthy relationship. All right? All right. So,
You're right about here.
okay, so I was saying that
must be very
it is no secret that we have good friends and fake people that have infiltrated the system of relationship. I read that and I wanted you to hear that. All systems can be infiltrated.
Somebody say uniquely fake.
I'm telling you. Yes.
Oh, God.
Fact. Pay attention. All right? We must be very careful to what now? To sift through them, as it can become difficult to detect the real from the fake.
You better learn to discern. We talked about that a few shows back.
You know? Just like some fake diamonds and all different kind of fake jewelries. And listen, I tell my children and my friends, it's better to have one good real pair of earrings than to have a drawer full of garbage. You know, I love real.
Right.
I love real. I hate to spend my money on real things. And I don't want to spend my time with fake people unless I'm counseling you. to be your truest self.
Out of your fakeness.
Unless I'm just helping you to get out of that mindset. I don't want fake people cannot sit on the front row of my life, and they should not have the privilege of sitting on yours.
But do you think sometimes, and I find that often if we grow up or if we carry unresolved trauma, whether irrelevant of the degree of that trauma, that identifying the correct traits in people is a skill set. It's difficult for a lot of people. Because a lot of persons will see toxic behaviors as healthy traits in individuals.
That's sad.
And a lot of persons I've realized that some of the things that are really unhealthy, that you and I would call unhealthy, and say, hey, stay far from that person. I remember there was a social media and there was this particular young man who was saying, boy, if the lady don't they make nice and they cuss you and they watch you and they make nice and is making a lot of noise and cursing and behaving badly, she doesn't love you. And I felt so sorry for the young man.
Oh my God.
Because he was interpreting
environment,
toxic
his
behavior
concept
Yes.
as the concept of love.
Yeah.
And there are so many persons who have the wrong idea and the wrong concept of love and are calling toxic things healthy things in a relationship and seeing the absence of it as the absence of toxic behaviors as the absence
And you know
of
what it
love.
is? I feel like because maybe that has become more of their norm, that's what they embrace. Or that's what they see more of,
Yeah.
so that's what they believe to be true.
Yeah.
Well, I've gone to a country, and I won't say which country because I don't want to offend anyone. So, and in that country, if the husbands are not beating the wives,
Oh, Lord.
the wives believe that they're not loved. And so I'm telling you, it's a fact. So much so that even in the church, it was a church mission that, we went on. And you have husbands in the church that was beating their wives, and we had to shut it down and to have to let them know what love really looks like. So really what you're saying is factual. People
It's learned behavior.
people respond to culture, people respond to environmental trait, people respond to what they were raised in. If you were raised in that kind of environment, if you were raised in an environment or in a home where mom and dad is cussing each other, you think you're not gonna grow up cussing your girlfriend or your wife or your husband?
Highly likely that's it.
It's
Exactly.
highly likely, but you do have those that go to the far extreme.
Sure.
There are some people that experience the worst upbringing, and then because of that, they wish to be the
They
best
quote-
Well, and
version
that's
of themselves
fine.
that they could ever be.
That's a
and
fact.
Then, but like Bishop Erskine said,
Yeah.
most of the time it's not so.
Yes. There you'll find the difference, but it's usually among the minority.
Yes.
I wanted to touch quickly back on the concept of disingenuous people. Do you feel like most of those types of persons recognize that they are disingenuous? Or do you believe that that sense of disingenuine behavior is developed as a form of protection for themselves because they themselves have a problem being vulnerable and true to themselves? Like, I feel like it's a sense of fear almost to be real and naked. But what do you think?
Well, I mean, I think there are many variables, because one of it could be a shield.
That's what I think.
It could be a shield from your own insecurities, and what that causes is that you're now saying, in order not to experience, because as you suggest, the vulnerability in a relationship is really critical.
It is so
And-
critical.
And what I see is a lot of times partners miss a vulnerable moment and don't realize that their partner has been vulnerable and destroy the partner in that moment. And that partner,
And
is
then
now
you can
going to
never get that
can
partner back to
never,
that place again.
Especially men. And when you do that to men who are not naturally vulnerable to their partners and you destroy it, you will never get them back to that place.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll
So
shut up.
yeah. So Radio Land, we're gonna love you and leave you on today, and thank you for tuning in with us every Sunday at the same time, same place. Listen, be safe out there. Be grateful. And don't forget to foster healthy relationships. Don't forget to be your truest self. Don't forget to be nice. Don't forget to be real. God bless you. God in the Raw Ministries. Love you and thank you for your continuous support. So next week, same time, same place, Radio Land. All right? YouTube family, Facebook family, go nowhere.
I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. You unravel me with a
Melody, you surround me with.
song
I'm just loving it. Is that all right? Can I just be my sweet self?
Be real.
from my enemies till all my fears are gone.
Bass and drum
No
and thing.
longer a slave to fear. I am a child.
So just like what you were saying, that fear, that you do believe that fear is one of the key component that causes people
be
to be disingenuous. And so the question that Cass was asking is whether or not we believe that these people know that they are being disingenuous. And I do believe that they do. Because there's a part of God in every individual. There's something that God creates in man that is called conscience. And conscience, when your conscience is alive. Now, what I do believe is that you can practice a behavior until that behavior seems right and justified to the individual. So much so that the individual no longer recognizes that he or she is being fake.
Right.
You can lie so much until you convince yourself you are telling the truth. That is such a deadly place that's a Hitler place to be. It's a Hitler place to be. No, it's a fact. Because can you imagine you become such a professional liar that you don't know when you're telling the truth?
Yeah, it becomes embedded in your character.
Yeah. So, man, I'm telling you, pay attention. That's all I want to say. Let us wake up and pay attention. Pay attention. Did you get your answer, madam?
Yes, darling.
Okay. All right. So with that, it just brings us to the part about, just be careful about who you allow to sit on the front row of your life. You might not be able to distinguish between the good and the evil. Sometimes it's hard. And sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it takes them to hurt you to realize that they are not genuine people. All right? But I want to say to you, when you are hurt, please, for heaven's sake, stop using negative statement like, me not trust nobody again. This is where it ends. I don't want no friends. I am good for me. No, Sankey don't sing so. All right? Don't kid yourself. We all need somebody.
Relationships are important.
Listen, healthy relationship is needed. That's it. All right? Place value on who you call friend. Now, this is a problem because there are some of us that have some good friends, but we don't value. Some of us don't know how to value people.
That is a moment to just be bolded.
Value. Anything you don't put value on, it simply means
You might lose it.
You might lose it.
Someone may come along and place a greater value on it. And
then that's why I hope if a man lose them woman, I hope if a woman lose them man, sir.
don't value it.
Can I be frank?
Yep.
I guess this is the after segment then.
It
Come on in
is
now.
the after segment. This is why you wonder, and here's one of the things. When a man leaves a woman or a woman leaves a man, that man or that woman wants to see what that person look like, who have the power, that what you have that I don't have.
Yes.
And sometimes
But
when
it's not always
listen,
on the
Kat,
outside.
and sometimes when you see a who, no facts, no, it's factual, you know.
You see a who.
When you have seen a who, you almost lose your mind. But there is, listen, character don't come in looks.
So true.
Yes.
Character comes in attitude. Hello? Anybody home?
That is
my.
so true.
You see what I'm saying? And if you have a dog and the dog have the opportunity to walk about to the neighbor's house, that dog is going to go to the neighbor's house that treats him the best.
Yes.
A dog. So let's not even talk about people. Let's switch to dog.
You got something here I think you should see.
Yeah.
Read that.
It says, "Good morning, Mom. You know, the most times I get played is when I am at my nicest. Wow. But when I am a rude boy, I am good like gold. Everything I don't know. My best life
Is when I'm playing games.
is when I'm playing game. Me rock steady.
So, what do you say to somebody like that?
Isn't that sad though? But you have to, here's what I have to say to, and I want to hear what Erskine have to say about it, but here's what I have to say to somebody like that. If that is what you believe, then that is what you have given life to. So as a result of that, anything we give life to, it comes to fruition. Just remember that. What I want to say to you, don't let anyone force you to become ugly.
Yeah.
Be your nicest self all the time. I do understand. You have to understand that sometimes even when you're being rude, you're being very nice. Because sometimes you have to let someone know the truth.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, sometimes that don't always come out nice. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But it's a very nice thing to let someone know the fact. Yeah? So don't let anybody put you in a pickle to become ugly. You know that can happen.
Yes.
This individual, I'm letting you know that I know that this is one of the truest, what should I say now, introspection of oneself. You have recognized that and you have owned your truth. But I must encourage you as a counselor that if you continue on that path, you will become a very ugly individual, and that's not what you.
You'll normalize that behavior.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah.
The thing I want to say about that is, if you are with someone and you cannot be your unfiltered self,
Yeah.
then you really are not probably the most compatible pair. Because
I like that.
the moment you have to, in other words, what's happening there is he's thinking what the person wants to hear and telling the person what they want to hear.
True.
It's never a good place to be, just to be disingenuous, just to make someone satisfied. So this is what she wants to hear, I'm gonna tell her. This is what she wants to do, I'm gonna do it. It's not really what I want to do. so I'm going to be disingenuous. So if you're with someone who puts you in the position where you cannot be your true, unfiltered, raw self, then that's a really difficult situation to exist in a very
much
committed
so.
relationship. You know, and to your point, Mom, it is that if we're in those situations and you meet someone who allows you to be unfiltered, to feel very comfortable in your own skin, then that's going to become an attraction, and where you're at a distraction. So it's really important that we ensure that the people we are with, we are okay in our own skins and not just telling them what they want.
Exactly. So don't give anybody the power to pull you out of character. All right, that's just too much power to give. That's too much power to give. All right. So if when you find out that certain circles extract the worst out of you,
Get out.
get out of Abadan.
Get out already.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna say about that, because some of us don't want to lose any clout with people, but sometimes you have to lose some. Yeah, and can I tell you, you have to lose to gain. It's not always a win-win.
Fantasia said it. Sometimes you gotta lose to win again.
Well, see that? There you go. So we're almost at the very end. Here it says, so place value in who you call friends, and that will help to simplify the process of weeding out the bad seeds. I have to get down in that, you know.
I realize.
It will simplify the process of weeding out what?
The
bad seeds. Real friends will always be on your side. Through thick and thin.
Through that thick and thin, baby.
Fake friends always have something else at hand. Now, they really make sacrifices. Pay attention. They are too busy to give you the kind of support you need. They have a way with words. So much so, they will make you feel as though they are there with you when nothing could be further from the truth.
Sounds like a crafty individual.
It's
to
true,
me.
you know.
Yeah.
They make it seem as though if you need anything, just call. And then when you call, oh my God, I just wish I was there. They never find time.
Not find it, make it.
Or they never,
Come on in here. Because some of us don't have it to find, but we be making it.
well, that's true. That's fact.
Bolded.
Fact. So, at the end of the day, Erskine, what is it that you want to say to these lovely people on today
this topic.
as we conclude on fostering healthy relationship? What would you say is your final thought
For
or
me,
message?
Healthy relationships are dependent on, are impacted by expectations, moments of vulnerability, and of course open and direct communication. And even in our discourse, all of these things came out in that for me there can be unnecessary or overwhelming pressures or unrealized expectations in a relationship because they are not communicated and because we have unhealthy communication, whether the relationships, whatever level of intimacy, friendship, marital, whatsoever those are. It's really fundamental that we say, hey, this is what I'm expecting from a relationship, this is what you're expecting, and how can we ensure that both of us achieve what we want. I think one of the points you touched on that really resonates with me is the whole concept of individuality, because so many persons, when they enter relationships, it's as if, all right, there's no more you.
True.
You always hear them with it. It's an us. It's an us. And I'm at peace.
And I tell people all the time, there is no I in us and no I in we.
Right.
All right now.
So it's important from my perspective that a relationship is one-on-one. So it's two individuals, and those individuals will always exist. So your individuality, your own time, your own values, your own opinion, your own perspectives, your own dreams and ambitions. It's really about us helping each other to become the best versions of ourselves. That's really how I see. And so the moment you try to cloud my individuality, to cloud my perspective, my visions, my thoughts, there are persons in relationships that don't have an opinion. There are couples who go out, and if you're saying something that the person disagrees with,
You get a nudge under the table, baby.
You get what I mean? So it's important that for me, the healthy relationships are the ones where persons are free to be themselves, but you're so aligned that when you're being yourself, it's almost as if there's still commonality.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's important for me. Your expectations, open and direct communication. I don't want to have to be figuring out. And I'm sorry, ladies, you always
don't want to have to interpret, man.
The ladies always want the men to figure out what you want to eat. I don't know. My response is I don't know where to buy that at the store. You know how you have to say what you mean, and I say.
Listen, and let's say they don't know, but then when you do what you think they would like, they know they don't like it, but they don't know what they want.
Right.
That is a problem.
Yeah, it is. And so, open and direct communication is really critical. If your partner has to be figuring out, and here's the abuse that takes place with that statement. If you don't know, it means you don't love me. It means you don't care. And while there are situations where a partner should know, right, you can't now take that statement and turn it around into a weapon. The fact that you don't know, that you can't figure out what I'm thinking, literally, you can't figure out what I'm thinking, it means you don't love me, and it becomes a tool of abuse in the relationship. And so open and direct communication, even though you've said it a million times, you need to just say it, because sometimes your partner genuinely doesn't know.
Let me ask you this. Do you believe that this happened among educated people?
Absolutely.
It knows no level of education. It is not biased at all.
Oh, I love the answer.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Perfectly said.
I think that open and direct sense of communication is another sense or aspect of vulnerability.
Yes.
You have to be real with oneself in order to be able to communicate directly and openly. If you have ulterior motives, if you have reasons to be hiding, you're not going to be open and directly communicating.
No. And
You're gonna manipulate the people around you by saying the things you think they want to hear, or doing the things that you know will benefit you.
And that's why I'm saying to people, don't get so excited when you meet someone. Yes. Pay attention, no man. Just please pay attention.
Absolutely.
Because can I tell you, people can only pretend, but for so long.
You know what?
Because
people
you have to pay attention to routine.
When you have not become a master artist or a master mind at discerning or learning the patterns of the people around you, you will get played. You will get played
for a long time
and time again. But sometimes, like you said earlier, you just gotta go through it to learn.
And there's an element of risk with every relationship.
Every single one of them.
You will never totally know a person.
I agree with that.
And,
I agree.
And so...
And people change as time goes by
and
too.
If we didn't change, that would be a problem. I hear a person say you change. I don't have a problem with changing. We get new information, we get new things, we develop new likings, dislikes. So we must change. My problem would be
we must evolve.
Change.
But it's like an ebb and flow. You
Right.
follow the waves of your person. So maybe for this course, there was a season in Mommy's life where she was just rushing and just. I'm like, girl, will you just breathe?
She's like,
why are you rushing?
Mommy, where you rushing to?
And she doesn't always get like that, but there was a season when she was like that, and it was just for a little time.
And to present, I cannot figure out what was going on with me. Like, why? Maybe it was a menopause thing. I don't know, y'all. But listen, I couldn't even see what she was saying. I'm like, I'm not rushing. Like, but one day I went out with my husband. Listen to this, and I did not wait. My husband disliked the fact if he is in the car and I don't allow him to get that door. It's a problem. Yeah. So when I got my door myself and walking towards the building, my husband was probably still at the car, just looking at me. I turned around. I went back to the car. I'm like, I said, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm rushing. And finally I hear Cass like, Mommy,
I've been
what?
telling you.
And that, you see, once you recognize it, you can stop it.
Yeah.
You know, but when you don't recognize it, you know, it's hard to quit something you cannot quit something you don't
absolutely.
recognize. You can't change something that you don't
It's not
see.
a problem to you.
Yeah.
It's not something that needs to be changed.
I'm feeling the feeling.
I'm trying to figure out what Mr. Engineer feeling up here. So listen, people, we're gonna love you and leave you next week. Same time, same place, new topic, same people though. Same realness. Nothing fake around here. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everybody. Be safe. Be kind. Be loving. Be nice.
This morning.